Hello everyone, I'm Tim and welcome back to episode 2.
Yes.
Is it episode 2? Episode 2 of the Three Amigos. This time we are going to be reviewing the last 4 episodes of WandaVision.
I'm Rita.
And I'm Chloe. Sorry, it was really quiet.
So, we left off
Sorry.
on Wanda having her kids. Yes?
Yes, we
Yes.
did. She just had the babies and kicked Monica out of the hex.
So we would have been in the 1980s,
no,
wouldn't we? We left it in the 1980s, didn't we?
Yeah,
This
no, wait,
episode
she had
5
the
was the
kids on the 70s.
Oh, wait, no, right, no. We need to start again because I'm confused.
No, I got confused too. Fuck.
Right,
If the
start
Halloween
again.
episode is the 90s, that's episode 6. Episode 5 would have been the 80s.
Yeah, she had the kids by then.
So we
Yeah.
just seen the real world. We just seen the real world. We just seen the real world, yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Out of the hex.
I'll cut this out. So yeah, so last time we left on Wanda giving back the drone and like pointing the guns at the bad guys, and Pietro showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he showed up. Yes.
Right. So on episode 6, all new Halloween spectacular. We are in the 90s, kind of.
Yeah.
Very late 90s, because we have a Malcolm in the Middle intro.
Yeah, it was like a Malcolm in the Middle, and kind of like it was very Malcolm in the Middle, and the kids were like narrating it, sort of thing, narrating the episode.
Camera,
They were breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall, yeah.
Yeah. Although there were some like weird things. Did you guys notice the Minecraft beanie that one of the kids was wearing?
Yeah, there was like several things that just didn't add up, sort of thing.
Yeah, so like the decades were like all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Wanda and Vision are dressed up in their classic costumes from the comic.
Yes.
And Pietro is being a lazy bum.
Yeah, he's not doing much. He's just being the cool uncle, and he was kind of like probing her about different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What happens in that episode?
So what happens is obviously they're getting ready for Halloween, and the kids are getting ready, and then Vision kind of is like, "Oh, I'm on duty tonight," and kind of like leaves Wanda and the kids.
Yeah.
And then Pietro's like, "Oh, well, I'll come with you," and it'd be us two and like the kids and stuff. So uncle nephew bond him. And then I think the kids dress up. So I think one of them goes as
Quicksilver.
So Pietro, dresses up as Quicksilver, and then the kid, one of the kids, also dresses up. Looks like Quicksilver.
Quicksilver,
But his comic costume is also very similar to Quicksilver, and the other kid dresses up.
I think it's Doctor Strange.
Sorry.
Does he go as Doctor Strange? He goes as something.
No, it's his costume also from the comics.
Oh, I just thought
with
it
like
was
the handband. That looks
no.
nothing like
He
Doctor
had the
Strange,
cape.
Chloe.
He had the cape, so you know. But no.
Well, so Wanda also had a cape.
They go through obviously trick or treating and stuff, and this is the first time you actually see any other children in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in this episode, obviously, it's like cutting back and forth between like outside the hex and in the hex. So obviously, you find out that Monica's cells have changed.
Yeah.
So like they're saying like if you go into the hex again, you might not come back out like properly. And
Yeah,
stuff like
because
that.
they don't really know what's like. They know it's changing her cells, but they don't know if that's for good or not.
Yeah.
And then what was it? So Pietro's like kind of saying like, oh, do you remember when we were younger and doing all these weird kind of things, saying weird things, like he kind of hints like, oh, where's your accent gone to her? And he's like, yeah, being really sus. And then what is it? The other things like, so Vision's starting to like go out of town, out of the central bit of the town, and like heading off towards the wall.
What?
Yeah.
Mention this because he wanders off to the outskirts, and people are like stuck on the loop, aren't they? They're doing the same thing over a loop.
Like Vision's like investigating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the kids kind of both start to show like that they have powers. So one's obviously Quicksilver sort of thing.
Yeah, and the other one has Wanda's powers.
Wanda's powers, yeah. And then obviously kind of they go all trick-or-treating and stuff. And then they're like having fun, and then Vision comes across Agnes in the car, and he like touches her brain, and then she obviously is like scared, and she's like, "Help me," sort of thing, and he puts her back under the trance.
Well, one important thing from that scene is that one, he doesn't know he's an Avenger because he doesn't remember anything. Two, that she tells him that he's dead.
Yeah, she says you're dead.
He's supposed to be dead.
And
then she starts laughing all weird, and he like, nope, go back.
Yeah. And then, obviously, after that, he goes out, tries to get out of the hex, and all the like people are waiting for him. They're like, oh, kind of just leaving him to die. And Darcy's like, go help him. And at this point, obviously, Monica and Jimmy have like gone off to try and get help, and Darcy stayed behind to like hack into her a bit more. And Darcy's like helping him, and they're kind of just watching him die. And then Wanda, obviously, her son's like, "Oh, Dad's in trouble." And Wanda then, I think Pietro says something like, "Oh, it's not like he can die twice."
Yeah.
And she like blasts him, and then her powers become more powerful, and she expands the hex.
Yeah.
And like expands it all the way across, and obviously takes out some of the people, and Darcy gets stuck in there as well. And it's quite funny because I found it really funny that they got changed to circus people.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so the side plot of the episode is that Hayward arrests Jimmy Woo, Monica, and Darcy Lewis, but they escape. And Monica manages to contact some people to help her, and they go meet up with her and Jimmy Woo go meet up with them over a bridge or something, but Darcy stays back because they find out that Hayward has actually been tracking Vision this whole time.
Yeah, he's tracking.
So he knew how many people there were inside the hex, if they were okay-ish, and he's been tracking Vision, although they don't know why he's tracking Vision yet. And Darcy's captured again, and she's hooked. They put her in handcuffs, tied to a car, which is why she can't escape when Wanda expands the hex. And I think it's a circus because, like, I think they make a joke about how it's like a circus outside or whatever, because like a bunch of people. They make some kind of joke or something like that. about that, which is why it becomes a circus, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Vision starts dying because he can't exist outside the hex.
Yeah, like he can't exist.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
It is.
So very sad. So that's basically episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6, and then it goes on to episode 7.
By the way, before we go to episode 7, did you catch that Wanda and Pietro were dressed as Natasha and Nick Fury? So, like, when Pietro was like, remember when we went to, like, trick or treat or something? It's like two kids. One is Natasha and the other is Nick Fury.
No, I didn't see that, but that's kind of cool.
That was kind of cute.
That's really cute. I like that.
So it's episode 7, and Vision is in home.
Yeah.
We don't know where Pietro is because she blasted him across the city.
Yeah.
And Wanda's depressed.
Yeah, she goes
and
depressed.
The kids are kind of bothering her.
Yeah, and it kind of goes like it's probably still in the like 90s, but like
I would say
we're definitely in the 2000s.
2000s.
But like it goes from 90s into 2000s sort of thing at that time because she changes everything.
Because this is the
so she wakes up
family.
Still in her outfit.
Yeah, and like and then she kind of like it starts to become like interviews sort of style, like how they do on Modern Family.
Yeah. So they switched to a mockumentary style.
Yeah,
which became very popular with The Office and Modern Family.
Yeah. So, and then obviously in that episode, it's all about like she just needs a break. She just wants a day of rest. So Agnes turns up and she's all like, and she's like being herself.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I'll take the kids away." So she takes the kids to her house.
Yeah.
And
also, Wanda is losing control.
Wanda's like losing control
over the illusion.
Yeah. It's all glitching. And then Vision is obviously remembers Darcy from trying to help him when he was like trying to leave the hex. And so she's under the hex's spell, and he kind of like snaps her out of it.
Yeah.
And they go on like a little kind of like tells the other guys to leave her alone. And it's actually quite funny. The guy who left her there, was the clown she hits.
Yeah. Well, he's not a clown. So I like he's a strong man, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but like she hits him, and I like that part.
That part was hilarious.
Yeah,
like we had
a
connection.
They go.
We locked eyes. It's fucking great.
They kind of like go on a journey to find Wanda, and obviously she's explaining to Vision like how he's dead, but like Wanda kind of brought him back, and he's like, "What?" And then like there's loads of distractions along the way.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Why am I talking to you guys in this like interview thing?" And he's like, "I need to go help Wanda." And
he thinks Wanda is the one running.
Running everything.
So he thinks she's trying to stop him to go back to
get home.
Confront her about what's going on, because now he knows that everyone, like all of this is Wanda's doing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And then obviously back home, Wanda's like just in bed, and then she's like, like I'm gonna go get the kids and something. She's like getting really stressed out. So, sorry, just to say, before this is all happening, obviously Monica and Jimmy are trying to enter the hex again, and her like secret people were like,
they basically worked with her mother before.
Yeah, they worked with her mum, and then like they call her. They're like, "Yay!" And I was like, "Okay, it's a bit disappointing because I was hoping for a big cameo," but I was like, "Okay."
Well, we can't just have big cameos every episode.
Yeah, no. But like she came, and then they get into the hex, and like first of all, it was funny when the tank just hits it, and I was like, "Oh no, something's gonna happen." And then obviously she like eventually goes into the hex herself, and then her powers come, and I was like, yes, because I knew she was gonna have powers because of obviously the comics and also like the kind of the backstory to her character, and then she gets like some weird cool powers, and I was like, yes, I'm here for that. I like that.
Her powers are yet.
Yeah, we don't really know what they are. There's not much explained, but like we can tell she has powers. So she gets through, and then obviously Wanda's like goes to Agnes's house, and
No.
Yes.
You're getting ahead. She doesn't go to Agnes' house.
I swear she does because the kids.
To Wanda's house.
So Monica goes to Wanda's
No, I'm
house.
saying Wanda goes to Agnes's house.
But she doesn't. Agnes pulls her into the house.
Oh yeah.
You're skipping like the whole conversation with Wanda and Monica.
Yeah, so Monica meets Monica meets
Wanda
and tries to convince her like what's going on. You can stop this, and Wanda's like, no, go away. And then Agnes turns up.
Wanda pushes her in the air, and they have a battle.
Well, it's not a battle. They like have a standoff.
Yeah. And then
one of the things I know is like Wanda thinks that Sword sent Pietro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Monica says no, so at this time we don't know who sent Pietro. Why Pietro is there.
Yeah, and then obviously Agnes is like, go away to Monica. And she says, come inside with me, Wanda. So they go into Agnes's house. And Agnes is like, I'll make you a drink or something. And then Wanda's like, where are the boys?
Well, Wanda notices those sandwiches on the table.
Yeah, and she's like, where are the boys?
Where are they?
And then nothing really happens. So she's like, where are they?
Agnes tells her that they're playing in the basement.
So she goes down to the basement, and it's all like spooky and weird, and there's like purple, like the purple stuff everywhere. And she's
You're
like,
so
what?
good at explaining, Chloe.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to say, I'm solving it up. They don't need to know every single detail, but like,
yes, they do.
No, they don't. They need to watch it themselves as well.
Well,
so like, they come
spoilers
down.
anyway.
So they go down into the basement, and she's like, "What?" And then
she has basically like a shrine to Satan.
Yes, it's like, and there's the book, and it's like the book of I can't think of what it's called. The book of
It's the Book of the Damned.
Book of the Damned, yeah. And so she sees that, and then Agnes is like the best bit of the whole series for me, which is
well, she says
it was Agatha.
Yeah, she says you didn't think you were the only magical girl, did you? And then it goes to it's been Agatha all along.
And I literally love that.
It's so like, good.
Obviously, it was so good.
So amazing.
And everyone, like all the fans, everyone loves it, and like it was really cool to see how she did manipulate everything.
Yeah.
And also I think the actress, she actually like sang obviously the song and stuff.
Oh, I didn't check that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, she sang parts of it as well.
It's so good. Also, we learned quite a bit from it because we know that she didn't cause this.
Yeah,
she came in after Wanda caused it.
Yeah, so like I think you can insert a clip. Please insert the intro thing here,
so we can get copyright.
I've just looked it up, and she sang the whole song.
She sang the whole song.
Yeah, and like it shows through the
is like so good. She's so good. She steals every scene.
It shows like every bit and all the episodes and stuff, and her being on the director's chair with Agatha. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. And obviously that's been a big success.
And then at the end, and I feel Sparky too.
Yeah,
just like the little bit of like the cherry on top.
Sparky too, and it's been used for adverts and everything now. Everyone loves it.
It's so amazing.
But that is the end of.
Also, there was a Monsters homage.
Yeah, but that's the end of episode 7.
Well, we have the first mid-credit scene.
Yes, true.
Of the whole series. which is Monica looking into, like, what are those doors called outside?
It's like a basement.
Yeah, but like
It's like
it has an opening outside.
Yeah, it's like an American basement.
Yeah, it's an American thing.
Yeah, doesn't they have like a specific word that it's called?
Not really. It's like a shutter. It's like a cellar basement thing.
A cellar door, isn't it called a cellar?
Cellar door. I don't know what
Let's go with that.
But
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we move on to episode 8, which is called Previously On.
Oh yeah, they are called cellar doors. I had a look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So episode 8.
He actually looks at her and is like, he gets her.
Episode 8 is called Previously On, and we open with kind of Agatha. Agatha's backstory, which is during the Salem witch trials.
Yes.
Her coven tried to actually burn her for dabbling in dark magic.
Yes, and it was her mum as well.
What a shitty mom. Can you imagine your mom wanting to burn you at the stake? Like, holy shit.
We start in like 1793 or something, or 1693.
It's when the Salem witch trials happen. So.
1693, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like, it's kind of like, it was really like, obviously she was like whimpering and pleading, and then gets like led to the platform by loads of hooded people, which I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because it was actually other witches and not like townspeople, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's other witches killing her. And then she's like shouting, "Mother, please," and stuff, and she's in pain. And then they fire like blasts at her, and then she screams, but she's faking it. And
I don't know if she's faking it.
Look, it's
it starts as like hurting her, and then she like starts absorbing it.
Yeah, she absorbs all the powers and like turns them, kills them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then her mum like goes all big, and it's kind of creepy. But basically, like, shoots loads of bolts at her, and obviously Agatha overpowers her and kills her as well.
Yeah.
And then she takes the brooch from the mum and flies away, basically. And I think Catherine Ham was amazing. Like, her whole performance throughout
this.
It's
so good.
Yeah, to be fair, all of their acting was amazing. Like, I loved it. They're really good actors, and I was just like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but she steals like every scene she's in.
Yeah, she's really good.
It's amazing.
But then I say it cuts back to modern day and like modern what's going on, Agatha's abode and stuff.
Basement. So yeah, she cuts back to Agatha and Wanda in the basement, and Wanda tries to attack her, but she can't use her magic because Agatha put runes in the walls, meaning that nobody but the person that casts the runes can use magic inside her. And I'm being specific.
Yeah.
Because this will pay later on. So basically Agatha like felt, I guess, Wanda's magic in the place.
She kind of felt it and then wanted it because she was like, you don't know how. She thinks Wanda's a witch, basically.
Well, Wanda's a witch.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're a witch. And she's like, how did you get this power?
Yeah, how'd you do it?
And then more. Yeah. And then obviously,
so they
Wanda's
go,
like, oh.
So she, Agatha, like, to understand or to find out how Wanda did it, she uses a spell to, it's something memory. So they go through Wanda's memories to find out what's happening.
Agatha's like, it's time to look at some real reruns.
Yeah.
And then wants to see, so from the point, like, when she was with her family, the night,
yeah, so they first go to... they first go to the night where the Stark Industry bomb went off.
Yeah.
And we also find out why the sitcoms, which is what she watched with her family to learn English.
Yeah.
And she constantly watches them throughout her life afterwards.
There's another door, and then it goes to like Hydra doing tests on them, and how Wanda could touch Loki's scepter, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, so basically, what Agatha says is that she, like, Wanda had powers before, but they weren't that great. And after being in contact with the Mind Stone, they like increased it. And Wanda like sees Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, and then
Vision.
Not Pietro. So then it goes to another door, and Pietro's just died, and they're obviously in like the Avengers compound.
Yeah,
and it's kind of cute because you see like the first scene of like Wanda and Vision becoming together.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the relationship.
And like how he helped deal with the grief of the death of her brother, and like
that scene is so amazing. I was like crying my eyes out.
It was so lovely, like it was such a good moment, and it makes you realize how much they cared for each other.
Yeah.
Because before in like the Avengers films, you didn't really see how they got together; they were just kind of together. But this kind of showed like
you see it a little bit in Civil War, but that's
but not much.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like really nice, awkward stuff.
It's so good though. That line, but what is grief if not love persevering?
Yeah.
And then so good.
It kind of it kind of goes Wanda back to her present self, and Agatha's like, parents dead, brother dead, Vision dead. What happened when he was there? He wasn't there to pull you back from the darkness, Wanda. And then it goes then into Sword headquarters.
Yeah.
And obviously, so news footage is just, the Blitz ended, and it's her going to talk to the director. And obviously, she's like, I didn't like this scene because it shows them dismantling his body.
Yeah.
And I was like, how she's seen that is like heartbreaking. Like she's just seeing the man she loves be dismantled. And
it also showed us that Hayward lied about.
Yeah,
because he's shown the footage before, and he said she forced entry to steal his body.
Let her in.
Yeah, but they let her in because she just wanted his body to bury it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then she goes back. She smashes the window, like the glass.
Yeah.
She goes down to him, and she's like, all she says is like,
she says, "I can't feel you.
I can't feel you." Yeah, which is sad. And then she leaves, obviously, and she gets into a car, and she goes to New Jersey, and then she goes to Westview. So it shows her going there. And then the cutest part is when she like gets out like a deed of the house where she goes to an empty plot. And it just says
Vision bought a deed of a house for them to grow old in.
And then obviously it's really sad. She's crying and explodes, and obviously the house, everything like goes to the 1950s, and basically is like the start of the first episode. And Vision, you can see Vision being made, so you're like, oh my god, like this Vision is created by her, by her.
Yeah.
And then obviously this all like kind of goes, and then Agatha's like, oh
yeah, at the end, like Agatha's like applauding.
Yeah.
And then she like disappears, and we go outside, and she's having the kids hostage.
Looks like Agatha. Yeah, and she looks like a really scary witch, and she's like floating.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I know what you are, and it's basically like she's
says,
like, this is chaos magic, Wanda. That makes you the Scarlet Witch, and like and it ends. And I was like, that's the first time they've ever said like the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because like Hayward had referenced it before, like, does she have a nickname or anything? And everyone was like, no. And then this is like her nickname. And then obviously there's another credit sequence, and you see Hayward basically like, okay, we're ready to go, sort of thing. And there's like, is it White Vision?
It's White
Vision.
Like
the yeah. And I'm like, what? And he opens his eyes, and I was like, what? This is crazy. And I was like, nah. But I knew it wasn't like the original Vision straight away. It was like it sounded off.
Well, yeah, it's more robotic.
Yeah.
Going back ever so slightly, it was Agatha Harkness, Agnes being, exposed, does that like account to any of you during the previous episode? Did you think it was her?
Yeah.
Was it like a surprise?
So I said, didn't I, in the last podcast that I think Agatha's up to something. I said, I was actually kind of spot on. I said that Agatha, I thought she was being controlled by, is it Mephisto? But it was actually just Agatha. And I also said about the director.
You said you were like behind all of it. She was behind all of it.
Yeah, but I said I was really spot on with my theories.
Well, I wouldn't call it spot on. I thought that she was shady and that was something going on, but I didn't think. I always thought that Wanda was like behind all of it in a way.
I thought Hayward was behind all of it.
Who?
Hayward. I just thought.
Oh yeah, I also thought he had something to do with it. I thought he was an asshole. He was like, hey, being shady. He was just being shady about something different.
But like, I was spot on with her. I knew it was Agatha, and then like I had doubts.
I wouldn't call it spot on.
It was.
I wouldn't call it spot on. It wasn't spot on.
It was, because in my notes I said I think Agatha is controlling everything.
But she's not.
No. Listen, this is like Agatha controlling certain things, like, and then I had I said in my Evernotes on episode 6, I said, oh, but could she be innocent because of the vision thing? But then I thought, no, that must be an act. And then I was right with that being an act, because obviously in Agatha All Along you see her like look towards the camera, and I was like, yeah.
That's the thing though, like technically Agatha wasn't controlling anything. She was just messing it up.
No, but like she was the villain, not Wanda, sort of thing. That's what I got spot on.
Well, I would say there's no villains.
Well, Agatha's a villain, but
Agatha's a villain. But I would say, like, for example, Wanda's actions are more hurtful than Agatha's.
Yeah,
but I also I definitely wouldn't call Wanda a villain.
No.
So
then it's episode 9.
Before we get into the finale, what were your thoughts before the last episode? Like theories, like proper theories.
So proper theories, I thought obviously Agatha was gonna try and like there was gonna be a big battle between them, like like Agatha and Wanda. There was gonna be a battle between them, and then I thought possibly sort of a mention towards like the new Doctor Strange film, and like all the multiverse stuff, because obviously Pietro. And then the other thing is I thought like Vision would come back. I didn't know how he'd come back, but he would come back somehow. That was my theories going into the last episode. And that was it, pretty much. That was like my theories.
Yeah. I thought a Vision would be a bit more Voltron than Vision.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, because he was more robotic. It didn't have the Mind Stone. Also, he was created like to be a weapon.
Yeah.
And I definitely thought I was expecting Doctor Strange to show up at some point, or even like at the very end. I thought he would show up. He would show up, but oh well. And
I thought,
Tim.
No, go on. You finish.
No, I thought Wanda. I don't know. I didn't think the kids would disappear. Spoilers. I thought like Wanda would be able to like keep her little family. I really did. Tim?
I don't know. I didn't think that.
My theory was I thought White Vision and Agatha were going to team up and destroy Wanda and completely destroy the Hex.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe that like Agatha was working with Hayward. I'm sure that theory was around somewhere.
Yeah.
So let's get on to the episode 9, which was titled the series finale. I think it's a good title for it.
Yeah. I like that.
So we started right where we left off with Agatha holding the kids hostage, and Wanda starts fighting her, and we see that Agatha is actually absorbing her magic.
She's absorbing Wanda's powers.
Yeah.
And then it's quite funny because Wanda chucks the car at her.
Yeah. That was
and that's a reference to Wizard of Oz, where you could just I thought it was where you could see her feet under the thing.
Like before that though, like my notes is like Wanda loves throwing cars at people because she does the same thing in Civil War.
Yeah,
it's freaking good. Did you catch the Wizard of Oz reference, Tim?
No.
What?
So you know when she shut the car?
I've never seen the Wizard of Oz.
How?
I don't know. I just haven't seen it.
Oh, Tim.
Honestly, Tim,
this stresses me out. You've never seen the Wizard of Oz?
Jesus.
You've never seen the Wizard of Oz?
Well, have you heard of like the scene where like Dorothy drops a house on the Wicked Witch of the East?
Yes.
Like with the legs sticking out.
Well, we know
and the
what
ruby slippers on the witch.
We're going to be watching Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz
at some point.
Disney, I think.
So it is?
Again, is it? On Disney Plus?
Yes. I think so.
I don't think so.
Well, it is made by Disney, so we can watch it.
No, it
at
isn't.
Some point.
Wizard of Oz is not made by Disney.
Oh, I'm thinking Oz. That's made by Disney.
Wizard of Oz, the 1939 film, is made by MGM.
I'm thinking of Disney Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Which was a shitty movie. Moving on. Yeah, that was a pretty clear reference to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So, obviously, that happens, and then Wanda's like, she starts to like...
Just walk away.
Yeah, she goes get her kids. And then...
White Vision shows up.
Yeah, White Vision shows up, and then he starts to attack her, and then her vision comes and beats him up, and then they go off and have a fight.
Yeah.
And then Wanda, and I think then Wanda's like, they kind of go into the town center basically, and obviously Agatha's there, and then she starts to like release the townspeople and be like, Wanda, you caused them so much pain. And then all the townspeople, like, who've been in it before and we've kind of seen, start to say to Wanda, like, oh, let me die, just let me die, I can't cope with this anymore.
Yeah.
And Wanda, it snaps her out of it completely. She's like, oh, I didn't realise I was doing this to you. Like, her intention was never to cause anyone pain. She just wanted to, but they could feel her pain, sort of thing, her grief.
So she thought that they were peaceful, that they weren't in any pain whatsoever. She had no idea that they were feeling her pain and like having her nightmares.
Yeah, so
also before that, Agatha, she's like reading the Darkhold, which is the book of the damned.
Yeah.
And she mentions that Scarlet Witch is forged, not born, meaning that Wanda wasn't born with the powers, they were forged, aka Mind Stone. And also that she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme. AKA Doctor Strange. So I was definitely like, at that point I was like, oh, he's going to show up at some point.
Yeah, but
I was wrong.
Spoilers, he doesn't. And then so Wanda's like kind of given the choice, like, let them go. And obviously so she starts to raise the hex, but then her children and Vision start to like disappear.
Yeah.
And Agatha's like, oh, you have to choose. It's them or like your thing that you want. And obviously, it's quite a sad moment because you can see how much pain Wanda's in.
Yeah.
And obviously, the children of Vision, and she then the people have escaped the hex, but she like
not all of them,
but some have, and then she lets them. She drops the hex again, and the hex goes back, and she's like, "Oh, I can't." Yeah. And then
I mean, what would you do? Like, it's your family. You know?
Yeah, exactly. She chose because that's what her heart wants, sort of thing.
Yeah, so like I wrote like Wanda's. She's not a hero because like we see Wanda after Age of Ultron, she's like becoming an Avenger and a hero and everything. But like she's not a hero in the story at all, nor she's a villain.
No, she's kind of just done. She's doing what she thinks right, but it's not always the right thing.
Well, she's in pain, constantly in pain. That's like she they mentioned last episode, she's like, she only feels grief, and that she's alone, and that Vision alleviated a little bit of that, but then he died too. So it's so sad. So Vision,
and then obviously
while the hex is like yeah.
So then obviously the color Vision obviously is fighting the doppelganger.
Well,
and Agatha taunts. No, Agatha taunts Wanda, saying your ex and your boyfriend together at the same party. And then obviously Wanda and
that was when they were in front of the house.
No, this is after the. Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like, while obviously she's fighting Agatha, this is still going on, and basically Wanda's Vision and
but that was before
the doppelganger are like having a conversation, and no, this is after when they're in that building. That's what I'm talking about.
No, the comment when she says like your ex and your current boyfriend, that was when they were still in front of that when Vision first saved her.
What I'm saying is like, I was trying to go on from that point, Lisa, so I could try and explain the next point.
But you were referencing something that happened before.
Yes, I was referencing.
No, so you didn't mention that the military came into the hex, which is kind of important.
I know, but I was trying to talk about
what?
I'm trying to talk about Vision, his little bit, before I talk about the other stuff, because we just cut off that he's gone. They were still fighting and stuff in the background, and then they go into the building, and then Vision, why do I want to kill you? And then he's like, because you've been programmed that way, but like they're suppressing your memories and certain things of your thing. I don't know what it is, like a hard drive. And then obviously they have a moment where they touch, which is like the stone, like on the doppelganger, and it kind of like changes color, and he gets all the memories back.
One, you're underplaying that scene completely. Two, again, that was after the military came in, Chloe.
Okay.
Yeah?
I wasn't talking about the military yet. Yeah.
But that was after the military came in.
But I just wanted to talk about the Vision bit first, not the military.
Bro, we've been going on in order.
We can go back to the military's gone then.
Yeah, because you didn't mention it at all.
This is when we find out what Monica's power was.
Yes.
Well, she has more than one power, I think.
Oh, yeah, but what one of her powers were.
Wanda was like trying to like get rid of the hex and like get open a bit, and the military came in, which is kind of important for the rest of the story. That's what I was trying to get to. And they all come together, the family, Wanda, the kids, and Vision. And the military gets ready to fight, and the kids take care of the military. And Agatha goes off. Wanda goes off to fight with Wanda, and Vision goes off to fight with Vision. And if you want to talk with Vision about Vision, you can do it now. Just setting up the scene, so we know what's going on.
I spoke about it, so listen backwards, and then you can understand what I was saying.
Also, you underplayed that scene. Amazing.
I did, but I'm just trying to say, like, to me, that scene was really like.
Well, he defeated a Vision with philosophy, which is amazing. It's so good. Again, this show is so amazing.
It's good, but like, I just wanted to say it from like. Obviously the stuff with the military happened before, but like for me, it was more than the military coming in. That bit was a bit useless. I don't really see the military. They did nothing. She literally just got her kids to run around and stop them, and then they weren't like used at all.
Oh, it's to see the powers of the kids, and also to get Monica in the fray again.
I just thought it was pointless them doing it. It was like kind of just like a bit of time filler. But like then you had the Vision scene, which actually I wish they'd done a bit more to show the fight with them too.
But that was a fight, the philosophy thing.
No, that's what I mean. I wish they'd shown more of those two talking or fighting than the military, because the military weren't really doing anything, sort of thing.
Well, the military were like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was kind of like not needed, where you could have had longer screen time of like Vision and the doppelganger Vision.
I disagree, but okay.
But like that's just what I thought. Like, that's my take on it. That's what I would have preferred. Because like the military stuff for me was like a bit like a bit of a lame storyline.
Can we just mention how good Darcy was in that bit?
What?
Yes.
Oh, Darcy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the ice cream truck.
Like drives in.
Yeah, that's why the military is there, like to close
she's
out
really
the
bad.
storylines.
I don't know. I just think that they were useless. That's my own opinion. Like, you guys.
Well, they were useless because
like,
they were completely underpowered against everyone, which is why they needed White Vision.
Like, I just think they weren't needed in that scene. Like, that's how I feel personally. Like, I just think it was not needed. But like, I can see why they were obviously used and stuff. But I just think it was like, nah, a bit naff.
I disagree. I think they were needed to like wrap up the whole storyline. And also to show Hayward that was willing to kill like 2 kids just cause.
Yeah, but he's just an idiot anyway. He's just an idiot.
Well, he's having fun in prison, so.
Yeah. But then obviously once he's like,
where do you think Vision White Vision go?
After
they have the philosophy debate and they realize they're both Vision, he goes off into the sunset.
I reckon he's gone off and he's gonna like eventually find himself back with Wanda.
Probably.
Yeah. But that being like another film or another TV show at some point.
I think he went back to Stark Industries.
Yeah,
because Vision is like a lot of Vision is Jarvis, and Jarvis was created by Tony. So I think he went back to like Stark Industries to like get a feeling of what he is.
Yeah.
Or maybe he went sword and killed everyone. I don't know.
Just to refer back in my notes, you know they talk about the ship of the Thesis.
Yes.
I've actually read a book called The Ship of the Thesis.
Yes.
Which I don't know if it's the same. It's it's a book called S, but it's like I don't know, it's by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst, which is called S, and it's about the ship of the Thesis. And for me, I wrote, is that connected? And then doing research, it's nothing to do with it. But at the time, I was like, oh, is that something to do with a book that I read? Are they referencing it? But no.
Oh, the ship of the Thesis is a
it is actually a book.
Yeah, but it's a philosophy theory, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but like if you have a look, there's a book called S.
What's the book about?
Basically, the book Ship of the Thesis, the final novel by a writer named VM something. VM Stracker, and basically like it's hard to explain, so I'll give you a link and you guys or anyone listening can have a look at it at some other time. But like that's what I thought they were kind of referencing. They're not, but like I got really excited at that moment because that's the book I thought they were like it was a complete like fail, but that's what I thought, and I was like, oh, really excited. So
for those listening, the ship of the Thesis in the series is how Wanda's Vision convinces White Vision that they're the same, but also completely different.
Yeah,
and
so
that
like
he's Vision. White Vision is also Vision, in a way.
Yeah.
Which then goes off into the sunset to ponder, to have a middle life crisis.
Yeah. And this allows Vision to obviously join his family again in the battle, but when Wanda like pushes him aside so she can fight Agatha herself.
Well, she doesn't push him aside. They go off.
She does. She kind of like.
No,
yeah.
They like so. The kids. So WandaVision goes fight on another Vision. The kids fight the military, and Wanda goes off to fight Agatha.
Yeah, but no, before that, but after the military and after White Vision goes away, then he comes back to join them all, and they all kind of join to like fight Agatha.
Wanda fights Agatha alone.
No, but before this, they all join up to fight Agatha, and Wanda's like, no, I need to do this on my own. She basically, so Vision has fought White Vision, the kids have done the military, and then they all kind of join as a big group to fight Agatha, and then Wanda's like, no, I need to do this, and then goes off to fight Agatha on her own.
I think you're remembering it wrong.
No, that's what I wrote down in the notes.
No, because like after while everyone else fighting, Wanda does a bit of magic and then like comes up behind Agatha and goes into her mind.
Hang on. Let's pause a sec. Pause the podcast. Hang on, because I am right. I know. Hang on.
I don't think you
I
are.
I am. I need to watch it. Hang on, because I swear that's what happens. He like joins them after White Vision. Hang on.
He goes back into the square to watch.
No, hang on. I swear I'm right on this because I wrote it down. He joins them again. Hang on.
Yeah, in the square with the kids, but he's not fighting.
Yeah.
In the square with the kids
he's about to fight her, but
Wanda defeats Agatha.
No, because Wanda pushes him away and is like, "No, I need to do it." Hang on, I've got the bit. I've got the bit. Hang on, I've got the bit. No. Then she does the weird thing with Agatha.
Yeah.
I'm on about later. She pushes him away.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore me. I'm on about later. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
I don't think she ever pushes him away, but okay.
She does. But it's later.
Okay, sure. So, meanwhile, Agatha and Wanda's inside Agatha's head, like she did to the Avengers in the Avengers Age of Ultron. Although, Agatha turns it around on her and starts absorbing her energy again.
Yeah, like she tricks her, so she's like, Wanda thinks she's winning, but obviously Agatha starts laughing and then gets the dead witches to kind of grab Wanda instead and put her in the place of Agatha.
So they get out of Agatha's head and start fighting while flying. There's like dark storms, dark clouds around and everything. And Wanda's like firing beams of energy at Agatha and missing some, or we think.
Yeah.
And we see like Agatha like seems like she's winning. She's like absorbing the magic. Wanda's looking more corpse than human. And then just as we think Wanda's dying.
Yeah.
Turns out she wasn't missing Agatha.
It's a plot twist because
she was writing runes on the hex.
Like, give me everything you've got, and then she's like gives it all her power, and then you just see like Wanda laughing sort of thing, kind of like in reverse, and Agatha's like tries to do magic but she can't do it, and then it kind of shows the runes on the hex, and I love that moment because it's like that's what she did earlier to Wanda. So it's quite good.
Yeah, it's like get your own back
like,
sort of thing.
Yeah.
She says like thanks for the lesson.
Yeah. Thanks for the lesson. And
Mic
then
drop.
it was a really good moment of the episode. And then
so good.
They so then obviously they go back to the Earth and she's like
she has a costume change.
Yeah. The costume change was awesome. I really liked it.
That costume is so amazing. It looks
I love it.
So good. And her hair.
It's more like the comic. It's more like the comic, but not as.
It's like a modern take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the
That's what I
comic,
thought straight
like
away.
less cleavage.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved
It's really
the
good.
new
It
outfit.
looks really good.
Yeah, and it was kind of nice because, like, obviously she's now called the Scarlet Witch. She has done her original costume in the Halloween episode, and now she's got like an updated version
Yeah,
of that costume, and
Yeah.
it's great. It's great,
it's really good.
and her hair's all good. Oh, it's just amazing. I was happy.
That
And then
crown tiara
Yeah.
thing.
It's great. It's great. And then obviously she's like talking to Agatha when they're on the floor,
Yeah,
and Wanda's like, "Oh look, like, you know, I'm gonna trap you," sort of thing, in the role you wanted to play, which was obviously as Agnes.
yeah, the nosy
And
neighbor.
yeah, the nosy
Yeah.
neighbor. And then Agatha's like, "Oh, you're gonna need me," and she's like, "If I do, I know where to find you." And then obviously like puts her back in.
Yeah,
And I love that because then Agatha like went straight from being like Agatha the witch
yeah,
to Agnes like, "Hi, do you need anything, honey?" And I was like, "Yes, that's a great
Yeah.
part. I love it." And again, it shows how good the acting is.
yeah. It's really good.
Yeah,
I would say she's the best actor in the whole series.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
She's
think
really
she's
good.
I don't know about Elizabeth Olsen, but I think Catherine Hahn, she's definitely getting nominated for like an Emmy.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah.
They're really good. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I like that. And so obviously then this is like the aftermath now.
Yeah.
The Pretzel, everything's kind of going back to, and there's like big cleanups are like,
so Wanda says like she's going to
Yeah.
set everything right.
right, and
And
like walks, and her
Vision,
Vision and the kids walk home.
like Vision responds like just not for us.
Yeah, just not for us.
Which
And then
is so sad.
it's kind of sad because one of the kids, I think is it Billy? One of them has her powers.
Yeah.
So I think he knows that they're going to disappear.
Right.
'cause
I've seen that theory.
I've seen it. Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
think
the
so.
theory.
I don't agree with it because
Yeah.
well, I don't think Vision he would be able to read Vision's mind, and I don't think he would be able to read Wanda's mind.
I don't know.
Even if he
but
has
that's
their
a
powers.
theory. That's a theory that's going around. Like,
Yeah, I've
and I was
seen
like,
it.
no, don't say that. Don't say that because that hurts. But obviously, yeah. So they go home, and obviously, as they're going home, the hex kind of closes down.
Yeah.
Everything starts to go back to normal. Like you see the sign change, the house, like the theater.
Yeah.
People, all that's going back to normal. And obviously, they go back to their house, and it gets kind of where it's just outside their house, and they kind of have like they say goodnight to the boys. They put them in bed
They
and
say
stuff
goodbye
like
to
that.
them.
Yeah, and that was really
She
sad
says
to watch.
thank you for choosing me to be your mom.
Yeah, and it's just a heartbreaking scene the whole time.
really-
I was like, oh.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
they leave and go downstairs, and you can see in the distance the hex like coming down.
Yeah.
And then obviously Vision's like, why did you? I think he's like, why was it me or something?
He asks like, "What am I?" And she responds,
Yeah, what am I?
He's her flesh and blood and wires,
Yeah.
but mostly you're my love.
Yeah, and it was like they kiss, and it's a really sad thing. And I was really hoping that he had been swapped with like the White Vision, so like they'd swapped or something. I don't know. There was some part of me for some weird reason was like hoping it was actually the other Vision.
Well,
but he just remembered. But obviously that didn't happen, and I was gutted.
They do hint though because he says we've said goodbye before.
Yeah.
And she responds, which means we'll say hello again.
Yeah.
Something like that. So like they're hinting to maybe the other Vision with the memories will come back to her to get answers or something.
They're kissing and he disappears and the house goes away and then she's just there in her like clothes when she came to Westview.
Yeah.
And the empty plot. And I was like, that's really heartbreaking that she's now lost everything again.
Yeah.
And then so she obviously leaves that plot eventually and goes back to main bit, and I think Jimmy's there and Monica.
Yeah.
And obviously all the people are looking at her with hate and scaredness. And she's just like, she walks past and she's like, they hate me, but stuff like that.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's so well written because you understand why she did it, and you understand that there was no malice behind it. But you also understand the people that were trapped in it, like Dottie, which was Sarah. Like she says earlier to Wanda, like, I just want to hug my kid again, because Wanda had locked the kid in the room, just so it's easier to control or something. So like you understand both of them.
She does acknowledge how much though.
Yeah, she knows that what she did wasn't good, and she knows she'll be hated for it, and she understands why.
She says, "Oh, like I don't understand this power, but I will."
Yeah.
And then she leaves town just as all the other people arrive, and that's kind of the end of WandaVision.
Yeah.
Also,
post-credit sequence.
Wait, before that, like Monica says, like they don't know what you lost, and like Wanda responds, "That makes no difference." And then Monica, like, if I had your powers, I would bring my mom back.
Yeah.
Which I understand that perfectly.
Then basically like so obviously the two post-credit sequences.
Yeah.
So basically Monica and Jimmy are like talking about how Jimmy took control. And how like they say like Darcy just kind of vanished, which I was like, wait, what? You don't really get to see what
she was too cool for debrief or something.
Yeah, she just left, and I was like, wait, what? And then obviously someone's like, oh, Monica, can you go speak inside the to another agent? And then the new agent reveals herself to be a Skrull.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. I was like, oh my god, yes. Yeah. And then she's like, oh, sent by an old friend of your mother's to set up a meeting. And I was like, yeah, because there's a theory going around that since since one of the Captain Americas, is it Winter Soldier? That Nick Fury has not been Nick Fury. He's actually the guy who can impersonate the Skrull.
Well, the Skrull lady, she points up, which implies space, and as of Spider-Man: Far From Home, Nick Fury was in space having a vacation.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to meet with Nick Fury and maybe Carol.
Yeah, and like they got the Skrulls from Captain Marvel, and I'm just like, yes, this is great. So I was very happy with that one. What did you two think? Were you happy with that post?
I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Did you know what a Skrull was, Tim? Because I know you haven't seen all of the movies.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head, no.
What do you think the lady was?
I have no idea. I just thought it was some random Martian.
And then obviously the second sequence, which I was like even more happy about. So we go to like these really like remote mountain sort of location, and I was like, oh, this is nowhere. Cool. And you see Wanda there, like in a little log cabin, holding a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And she goes back in, and the kettle's boiling, and then you see her in her Scarlet Witch form, like practicing reading from the Book of the Damned.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you hear Billy and Tommy cry out for help, which is some sort of like multiverse.
And then cuts to black.
Yeah, and it cuts to black, and I was like, yes.
What do you think it was? Do you think maybe the kid survives, or is it like another reality?
I think it's another reality. I think it's gonna then lead on to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we were gonna see Doctor Strange or anything like that, but it's gonna lead on to that, and I was like so happy. So obviously that's the roundup of episode 9. What are your final thoughts on the whole episode? What did you like? What did you like? You know,
this show is so good.
I loved it.
It's so good.
It's so amazing.
It's definitely 10 out of 10. For me, it's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Amigos.
10 out of 10 Amigos.
Top of the leaderboard.
Well, yeah, for now, top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, for now.
I would say it was 9 out of 10 Amigos.
Ooh.
Yeah, because, this is a problem with all of the Marvel movies. If you don't have, and I know Tim doesn't have background knowledge, but if you don't have a lot of background knowledge, you'll be lost. A lot. Yeah. And you'll definitely want. I don't think, like, if you're coming new or new-ish into the Marvel Universe, if you watch the first episode, I don't think you'd watch the second one.
I don't think you can just watch this as a standalone series. You have to
you have to do
the films
homework
and other stuff first. You don't have to have a knowledge of the comics as such. Like there is
not the
references
comics.
to the comics.
No, not
but
the
you
comics.
need to watch the other films and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's 10 out of 10 because I've watched all the other films. I've read some of the comic like stuff. So for me, it's like I kind of got it all. Like I did say in the beginning, it was slow.
Yeah,
but then that like changed and I got into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like for somebody coming new, like to me, the first episode is great in like setting you into false sense of security and like not telling you what the fuck is going on, but you still wanting to learn because you know the characters, you know something's wrong. But like as somebody new, I don't think that would like be as successful as capturing somebody new into watching the rest of the series.
What about you, Tim? Because obviously you haven't watched it. Obviously, some of the films before.
Yeah.
What would you rate it, and what did you like and dislike about it? And what kind of got you hooked? Because in the end, you were like looking forward to watching it. Like sometimes you'd watch it before, like straight away on the day, sort of thing.
I don't know. I will probably give it overall 8.5 Amigos out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say only downgrade it because my knowledge of Marvel and the Avengers isn't as good as your two is. But I don't know. I was just hooked by it. I just wanted to see what happened next, what was going on. I don't know. I was just hooked into it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though. Like you were looking forward to watching it every week, which is a good sign of a TV show, I think.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
They were leaving it on cliffhangers and everyone was like thinking of theories and discussing it, and it was amazing. Like I loved it. And they're obviously the next series that Marvel are going to be doing is Loki on the 11th of June.
Yeah. The next one is Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
Oh, does that come out before the 11th of June?
Yeah. It's in 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, obviously not by the time this goes up. It might be out. But like, oh my god, okay, that's exciting because we'll probably cover that on this series and Loki.
Maybe. We haven't decided yet.
I hope so. But no, so yeah, like, so out of all of our ratings, how many Amigos would that be, Rita?
So that's 10 plus my 9, that's 19. Plus Tim's 8.5 divided by 3. Wait for it.
This is maths, guys.
9.1.
9.1666667.
Amigos.
Nice. Out of 10. Pretty good.
So
it's really good.
We've got for our first TV series as well on the Free Amigos, which is quite good. 9 episodes, 9 weeks. No, 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that, and I think we can all agree like it was. There's like parts we disagree on that were good and bad.
Yes.
But at the end, like we did agree, like it was a really good show, and then we're really impressed with like everything, pretty much, like the costume, the set design, the acting, the audio, like the music, everything was great. Lighting,
the fact that shows about grief, not just fighting people. I like it.
So yeah, so like I think overall we're very impressed with WandaVision, and we recommend it to people who would be interested in watching it.
Yeah, go watch it for yourselves, people.
Yeah. And
despite
obviously
the fact that we spoiled all of the series.
Yeah, we spoiled it, but I don't even know if we said spoiler alerts. We might have to put that.
I think I've said it.
Maybe just in case we need to add that.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is obviously the second episode of the Free Amigos.
Yeah.
And next week's will be on the film The Incredibles.
Pixar film.
That's
right.
Which we've already done, which is a bit of a
You
weird.
don't have to tell them that. We haven't done it yet.
No secrets on here, but you know.
Yeah, so next it will be The Incredibles. Next Friday.
Yes.
Friday the 13th. That's not true. Friday the 19th of March.
Friday the 19th of March, that will be coming out. So yes.
Yeah. You can follow us on Instagram at 3 Amigos the podcast.
Yes.
You can listen to us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating if you're listening on Apple Podcasts.
If you're still, you can watch us on YouTube.
That's right. Give a comment and a like and a subscribe.
And obviously, if you want to hear us more, like talk about films, TV shows, the odd argument about Tim probably not putting his phone on silent, or me getting something completely wrong.
I mean, it didn't ring today, which nice, good, very good.
Yeah, Tim did very good. So yes, like if you want to hear us basically three friends just shout loads of crap, then listen in for each week.
There we go.
Goodbye.
Tim, anything you want to say?
See you next week.
Okay.
That's all.
Tim's very succulent. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.